Welcome into Memorial Hall, everybody, and welcome into the Johnny B's pregame tip-off show here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. It's Spirit Night, it's loud, it's raucous. It's Memorial Hall here on the campus of North Georgia College and State University. Good evening, everybody. Rusty Brown and Mike Davenport alongside with you with the call here tonight. About 5 minutes away from tip-off between the Saints and the Clayton State Lakers, who come into 18-8, 9-6 in conference play. And Mike, for Chris Faulkner and the Saints, they only got a couple of scenarios to get into the conference tournament, but from here on out, they must win these next two.
Yeah, big opportunity for North Georgia coming in tonight in front of a raucous Spirit Night crowd here at Memorial Hall. And North Georgia's got Clayton State, the number 2 team in the Peach Belt West Division, here at Memorial Hall tonight. And we'll see if North Georgia can take an opportunity, get a win here tonight, then finish it up with Georgia College here on Saturday.
And if it's anywhere near as wild as it was last time out here at Memorial Hall, the number 22 team in the country came into town, Georgia Southwestern. We could be here a long time. That game went into triple overtime. The Saints could not hang on. They missed a shot at the buzzer in regulation, overtime, double overtime, and triple overtime, and eventually fell by 2 there in triple OT to Georgia Southwestern, as the final there was 76-74. For Clayton State, they come in 18-8, 9-6 in conference play. A couple of players to watch for them. One being Timmy Downs. He's putting up 20 points a game to go along with 4.3 rebounds. And Timmy Downs is leading the way for Clayton State, as is Brandon Robinson with 19 points a game. Outside of that, their next leading scorer is Torrin Green with 7.5. So, Mike, it seems like as go Robinson and Downs, as goes Clayton State.
Well, when you're looking at stats right now, Rusty, both of these programs averaging right over 70 points a contest defensively. North Georgia giving up 72 points a game, while Clayton State only giving up 64 points a contest. Last 2 times these teams faced down in Atlanta, Georgia, North Georgia comes away with a 71-66 overtime victory.
Last time on the road for Clayton State was on February 16th at Columbus State. They fell by 10, 74-64. So hopefully Chris Faulkner and his assistants have been taking a look at that game tape, seeing what Columbus State did to shut down this high-powered Clayton State offense. Take a look at the Saints and some of their leading scores. Carl Taylor's putting up 16.3 points a game. Clarence Tillman with 12.8. And Keldrick Coleman's getting 5.7. Elijah Smith, 11.5 for Elijah, go along with 7.1 rebounds. And Mike, he has a lot of blocks. 50 on the season. Elijah Smith, this guy gets it down on both ends.
Absolutely. Elijah, quick off the floor, got the ability to keep the basketball in bounds as well. A lot of shot blockers you'll see knock the ball out of bounds. The offense retains possession. Not with Elijah Smith. He's got the ability to go up, change shots, and also turn those shots, block shots, into transitional points for North Georgia.
So the Saints have got to get a win here today. They got to get a win against Georgia College on Saturday to even have a chance at getting in the number 4 seed in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Here's what else has to happen. Montevallo has to lose their next 2 games, and Columbus State has to split their next 2 games. Both of those are playing here tonight, so we'll keep an eye on those. So if North Georgia loses, they're out. Mike, if they win, they got to get some help. And all you can do right now is hope that Montevallo and Columbus State fall here tonight.
Yeah, Montevallo hosting tonight over near Birmingham, Alabama. So we will keep a close eye on that contest. North Georgia, an opportunity here to take care of business on their home floor.
Montevallo is taking on Georgia College. That game at 8:30. Georgia College, it doesn't matter what they do because they do have to play North Georgia on Saturday. And the other team is Columbus State. We got to keep an eye on. They're playing at Georgia Southwestern tonight. That game at 7:30. Southwestern is the top team in the West Division, so you can only hope that there won't be an upset down in Americus, Georgia. So some other games going on around the conference tonight. Flagler and Francis Marion at 7:30 as well, as is Armstrong Atlantic, UNC Pembroke, Lander, USC Aiken, and Columbus State, Georgia Southwestern, and Georgia College, and Montevallo. We're just about a minute away from the playing of our national anthem and starting lineups. A couple of keys to the ball game for North Georgia. That's got to be win the turnover battle. North Georgia is first in steals, but Clayton State is 12th in turnovers per game, so it's an immovable object meeting an unstoppable force here tonight. Both these teams do such a good job of creating turnovers and then also limiting them. North Georgia gets after it on defense, but Clayton State, they don't make any mistakes, and they got to make them here tonight for the Saints to have a chance.
Yeah, we'll see how each team handles the pressure. Again, as we talked about in the ladies' contest, communication will be a factor for both these head coaches. Chris Faulkner for North Georgia, Gordon Gibbons for Clayton State. How will they communicate with their team? They're not going to be able to do it verbally with the noise in Memorial Hall tonight, so they're going to have to do it through signs, some other form or fashion of communication. The players on the floor have got to talk loud and talk often.
The other key in the ball game for the team coming in, Clayton State, keep North Georgia on the perimeter. North Georgia is last in field goal percentage in the conference and is next to last in three-point percentage outside of Carl Taylor. This North Georgia team has really been struggling from outside, so that's got to be one of the keys here tonight for Clayton State. We're about set for basketball here. Thanks for tuning into the Johnny B's pregame tip-off show here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. As we're going to take a short break for the playing of our country's national anthem. When we come back, starting lineups and basketball at Memorial Hall. Don't go anywhere. Saints basketball on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. We're ready for basketball here at Memorial Hall on the campus of North Georgia College and State University in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Dahlonega, Georgia. Good evening, everybody. Rusty Brown and Mike Davenport with you on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Peach Belt Conference matchup. We're heading down the backstretch of the season. Not a lot of time left here for either one of these teams to make their move for the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Let's go and take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Clayton State Lakers, they come in on the season 18-8, 9-6 in conference play. Their head coach is Gordon Gibbons. He's in his 10th season. Assistant coaches are Brent Buchanan and Andy Hare. For Clayton State, it'll be number 4, Jerron Dobbs. He's a sophomore guard/forward, 6'5", out of Conyers, Georgia. Number 15, Brandon Robinson, the senior forward, 6'6", out of Lake Wales, Florida. Number 24, the team's leading scorer with over 20 points a game, Timothy Downs. He is a senior from Greenville, South Carolina. Number 33 is Torrin Green, a junior forward, 6'6", out of Riverdale. And number 50, Michael Thurgood, the 6'9", senior from Brooklyn, New York, will be the big man underneath for the blue and orange. For your North Georgia College and State University Saints, their head coach is Chris Faulkner. Assistant coaches are Josh Travis and Richard Simmons. Graduate assistant coach is Ryan Chastain. Here's the starting lineup for the Saints. Number 12, Sean Tenney, the junior transfer from perimeter, will be running the point. He's a 6-footer. Number 14, Carl Taylor, will be the assassin from outside. Carl is a senior guard, 6'3", out of Conyers. Number 22, Brody Langston, is a senior, 6'4", out of Gainesville. Keldrick Coleman, a senior as well, 6'3", out of Gainesville, Georgia. And number 24, Elijah Smith, the junior transfer, is 6'8". Elijah is the X factor here for the Saints. Mike, some keys to the ball game for both of these teams. For Clayton State, it's going to be force the outside shot by North Georgia, as the Saints have not been solid on the perimeter. And for North Georgia, it's going to be much of the same. Clayton State is 10th in the conference in three-point percentage. Neither one of these teams can shoot the ball well from the outside.
Well, against this defensive pressure, Rusty, I think the key to the game tonight is going to be the shooting from the perimeter by North Georgia, specifically Carl Taylor, young man averaging 16.3 points per contest. Will Carl be able to get his shot off tonight, and will he knock down the outside three, which will open up penetration for Elijah Smith and Clarence Tillman?
So we set it up for you. The Saints have to win their final two to go to the dance in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. They need help from Columbus State and Montevallo. Columbus State has to at least lose one of their last two. Montevallo has to lose their final two of the season. Saints in white, Clayton State in blue.
The Peach Belt is deeming it for the taken in Aiken this year, and North Georgia battling to get into the Peach Belt Conference Tournament in during March Madness in Aiken, South Carolina.
Elijah Smith and Michael Thorogood out for the tip, and we're ready for basketball. Spirit Night is in full force here at Memorial Hall in Dahlonega, Georgia. Crowd is fired up, and we are underway. Opening tip, controlled by the Lakers. And Timothy Downs will set it up. Downs is the player to watch for Clayton State. This guy makes it go.
Downs, 5'6". The senior averaging 20 points a contest.
Downs goes inside to Thorogood, who's good off the glass. Clayton State is on the board. Langston over to Taylor, inside to Elijah Smith. Back out to Coleman. Coleman to Tenney, top of the key. Taylor with 20 on the shot clock now. Saints with nothing doing inside. They go to Langston from the right elbow. Oh, no good. Rebound to Robinson. And here comes Downs. He's the smallest man on the floor, but he gets it done. 20 points a contest. Nice little move by number 33, Torrin Green. He can't connect on the long three, though.
Both teams starting out man-to-man defensively.
Carl Taylor, the player to watch for the Saints. Elijah Smith will pull up. The southpaw will knock it home, but watch Carl Taylor. He likes to catch and release from outside.
Sean Tenney's got the assignment to start out the ball game. So he's checking Timothy Downs.
Downs, one of the fastest players in the Peach Belt Conference. Watch him tonight. He can fly.
Tenney doing the right job here. Downs dangerous with the basketball, so Tenney trying to keep him from touching it.
Pull-up shot is good for Brandon Robinson. 4-2, Saints trail.
You want to force Clayton State defensively to play 4-on-4 and take Timothy Downs totally out of the picture.
Head coach Gordon Gibbons has the Lakers at 18-8 and 9-6 in conference play here in the West. Smith goes inside. Look at Elijah Strong. 4-4. Downs will give it up. Clayton working the right side. Lakers in dark blue, Saints in white. Downs will pull up the southpaw. Swish. 7-4 now. Taylor trying to answer. No good. Rebound Robinson, and here comes Downs again.
Well, that's the shot Chris Faulkner wants Carl Taylor taken. But he's got to knock it down from outside the three.
Long three-pointer from Robinson, no good. Coleman trying to get the rebound. It's Tenney coming up with a loose ball. Tenney up the left side, gives it off to Elijah Smith.
Well, Tenney caught a break right there. Looked like he had penetration.
Taylor no good on the three. Dobbs off the left side. Downside about a long three. He'll step back. My goodness. Downs, he can take a step inside so quick and on a dive throws out the shoot and pulls back and knocks down the fadeaway. 9-4. Lead is 5 for Clayton Elijah working down his man. Left-handed floater is good.
Elijah Smith out of the gates early. 6 points. Junior out of Hephzibah.
16-15 first half. Elijah coming up to the top of the key. Back down to the backside. Clayton State has numbers. Third chance opportunity does not fall.
And there's block 51 on the air for Elijah Smith.
Brody Langston spinning, has it knocked away. Downs comes away with it. Tenney got a piece of it. Loose ball picked up by Clayton State, and the floater will fall for Brandon Robinson. I can't believe there wasn't a whistle going either way there.
Timothy Downs asking out of the ball game for a breather. A lot of emotions in pregame warm-ups. A great crowd here at Memorial Hall, and the adrenaline definitely flowing.
Elijah Smith. How about number 2-4 for the Saints? He is really getting fired up. He has, I believe, 6. 11-8 now at the 15-18 mark. Downs with Tenney on him. Clayton State going to come left side. Robinson.
Well, it looked like a couple walks right here in front of the scores table. The handoff, Clayton State on the perimeter.
One of the better bench players in the conference coming off now. Clarence Tillman. He's putting up over 12 points a contest, just shy of 13 on the season. All coming off the bench for Clarence. He's number 2. Robbie Goldsmith in. He's number 50. And Marquez Jackson, number 10, will run the point for the Saints. Right at the 15-minute mark, Saints trail by a tray. Will drive and a dish back out. Zach Bradley driving now, loses the handle way up and out of bounds. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. 14:54 remaining opening half. Saints trail by 3. Elijah Smith and company starting to heat up. We'll see what they can do when we come back on the North Florida Saints Broadcast Network. Elijah Smith working hard inside for the Saints. He leads all scorers. It is Clayton State 11, Elijah Smith 8. Jackson brings it up, hands it off to Tillman. Tillman working the left side, kick out to Goldsmith. Big Robbie Goldsmith. 11-10, Robbie likes the jump shot.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Robbie a little bit during the week, and he talked about his development. He's pleased with where he's at right now, just really hitting the weight room hard. He's going to stay on campus this summer and really make sure he gets in the weight room. He's developed his game offensively so far this season.
Big rebound down on the other end for number 5-0. Taylor has it pickpocketed, hangs around with it though. Kicks out to Robbie, thought about a 3. He'll kick out to Taylor. Uh-oh. Carl Taylor heating up.
CT for 3. He's knocked it down. 1 so far here in the ball game. That's the guy from the perimeter that North Georgia's got to have hot.
Wow, what a move by Downs. Good heavens. Dribbling between white jerseys and slashing his way to the basket. He's going to be a force here tonight. We're tied at 13. Jackson to Tillman. Nice look inside to Elijah. Elijah trapped, and he'll have to burn a timeout before falling out of bounds. Timeout taken by Chris Faulkner, and the Saints will hang around with you through this timeout. We're tied at 13, right at the 13:30 mark in the opening half. We'll take a look around the conference at some other games going on here tonight. Flagler, Francis Marion. A couple that we want to keep our eyes on, though, at Columbus State at Georgia Southwestern. And how about this? Georgia Southwestern 23, Columbus State 3 out of the gate, Mr. Davenport. The Hurricanes are flat rolling in the Peach Belt Conference West.
Unbelievable. North Georgia has taken Georgia Southwestern, the number one team in the Western Division, to triple overtime here a couple days ago. And Georgia Southwestern responding by an emphatic 23-3 lead in the first 9 minutes of the ballgame against Columbus State.
Georgia Southwestern is 9 of 13 from the field. Columbus State 1 of 11 in that game. So pull it out, Southwestern inside, back out, a three-pointer good for Carl Taylor. And timeout taken by Gordon Gibbons, and he is flat out furious right now as the Saints starting to cook right here. Big three for Carl Taylor, and Gordon Gibbons has to burn a timeout. Mike, a beautiful little inbound shot by Carl Taylor.
Yeah, and a nice designed out-of-bounds play by the North Georgia coaching staff to get their hot hand. The three-point threat for North Georgia. Another wide-open three. Taylor now with 6.
The other game we're keeping an eye on here in the Peach Belt Conference is yet to get underway. Georgia College at Montevallo. The way it sets up for North Georgia to get into the tournament, they have to win their next 2. And Columbus State has to at least go 1-1, and Montevallo has to lose tonight and Saturday. Saints get their first lead of the ball game. It's by 3. The white and blue will send Jackson, Taylor, Tillman, Smith, and Goldsmith to the floor. Clayton State led by number 24, Downs. He has it in the corner. Downs will spot it for 3 over Goldsmith. No good. Rebound, though, goes to Clayton State. They go back out to Downs again. The southpaw this time. Again, no good. Marquez Jackson, coast to coast. Looking for Elijah, is thrown away. $12:52 remaining. Saints lose it down on the other end, but both these teams right now high flying up and down the floor. Jackson and Downs really showing off the speed here at Memorial Hall. Zach Bradley for Clayton State with 20 on the shot clock, looking left side. Nice little drive underneath and a dish by Jerron Dobbs to Thorogood.
Clayton State not phased at all. You take their leading scorer, Downs, out of the offensive equation, which opens up the floor for a little 4-on-4 contest.
Tillman with his toe on the line, cannot connect. Rebound goes to Bradley. Bradley up ahead to Downs. Downs with Carl Taylor in front of him, gets around him and lays it up to give Clayton State the lead again. But here comes the Saints really quickly. Pushing tempo is Marquez Jackson.
Downs has 9. Again, the young man averaging 20 points a contest.
Both these teams getting up and down the floor quickly here as Goldsmith will pick up the foul on number 4, Jerron Dobbs, as it was a steal by Downs. Both these teams pouring sweat right now while everybody's got their hands on their hips, as we thought the women's tempo was fast between these two teams. Good heavens. Clayton State will send Dobbs to the free throw line to shoot 2. Dobbs is no good on the first. Handful of subs in for the Saints. Number 32, John Knowlton. Sean Tenney back in, and as is Brody Langston. So Elijah gets a breather. Second free throw from Dobbs is good. 18-16, the lead is 2 now for the Lakers in blue and orange. Sean Tenney, a Georgia perimeter college transfer, has really found his offensive rhythm the past few weeks.
The Lakers switch to a 2-3 zone. Their big man, Michael Thorogood, 6'9", controlling the center area.
Another steal by Downs. He can't connect on the bunny. Tillman comes away with it. Tillman driving. Kick outside from the perimeter. No good. Goldsmith with the board. Tenney thought about a three. Instead will look interior. Tillman over to Knowlton. Knowlton way outside of Tenney. Nearly lost the handle. Tillman wants a three. Yes, sir! Saints back out in front by one.
North Georgia moving the ball on the offensive end, create some outside opportunities. Nice perimeter passing.
Tillman wants to drive this time. He'll kick back out. Downs nearly steals it. Langston to Tenney to Goldsmith. Tillman in the corner. Tillman wants to drive. The slasher will dish it off to Langston. He's no good. Downs brings it up. Clayton State trying to go inside to Thorogood. Downs on the far side. He will drive. Just underneath the Thorogood on the ground. Langston is there. Tenney comes out with it. Tenney. Too strong to kick back out. Three-pointer. No good from Clarence Tillman. Long rebound goes to number 2.
Boy, even on the defensive side, you've got to be aware of where Timothy Downs is at all times. You put the ball on the floor and you're waiting for him to pick your pocket.
Tell you what, get worried about Timothy Downs, but down here for the Saints, it's everybody you got to watch out for. Everybody shooting the three now. Tenney getting into the mix with Taylor and Tillman.
North Georgia working the gaps against that Clayton State zone. Tenney finds himself wide open top of the key.
Clayton State trying to clear out traffic inside. 15 on the shot clock. Kick outside. A wide open look for three is no good. Rebound goes to Thorogood. He lost it. It'll be Laker basketball. And that'll take us to the media timeout at the 9:23 mark. We get a chance to catch our breath. Fast-paced game here early. High score, 22-18. Saints on top by 4. Saints on top by 4, 22-18. Spirit night here at Memorial Hall. Rusty Brown and Mike Davenport with you. Executive producer David Bell. Blake Hodson is running the switcherboard. Brad the Bull Hall is working our baseline camera. Clayton State trailing by 4. Trying to find a rhythm. We'll have to do it against a very hostile crowd here in Dahlonega. Pat Moynihan, the sophomore, in for the Saints. He's number 11. Clayton goes inside and back out to Downs. He'll knock home a three, second of the night for Downs.
He's a rally killer, and he stands only 5'6". Every time you get on a run, the little man answers for the Lakers.
Taylor nearly slips and falls, double teamed, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clayton State's number 15, Brandon Robinson.
Downs already with 12, just 8 points shy away from his average of 20.
Just two big scores for Clayton State. It's Downs and Robinson with 20 and 19 points each per contest. Long three, Sean Tenney for three.
5 threes so far by North Georgia here in the first half.
And what do you know? We talked about it in the pregame show. Both these teams are going to be working inside here tonight. The number 12 and number 13 team in the conference in three-point shooting are shooting the lights out from downtown.
15 to 25 points coming from behind the red line on the floor.
Big crowd here tonight at Memorial Hall. And a ruckus crowd. They haven't gone silent since the opening tip of the women's game. Tenney nearly loses the handle. Blue jerseys are following him. Taylor trying to save it. Yes, sir. Smith goes up high. Coleman to Moynihan. Pat is trapped on the left wing. He'll give it off to Tenney. He'll set it up. Good hustle there by the Saints. Tenney with 13. Spinning through traffic outside of Taylor. It's going to be short. Ball last touched by the white and blue. Glad you're alongside with us here, folks. I want to remind you that Saints basketball returns on Saturday to Memorial Hall. Georgia College comes to town. I know Mike Davenport and the Saints softball team hitting the road, as is Tom Cantrell and the baseball team. Coach, who all y'all taking on this weekend?
Got the University of Charleston out of West Virginia, California, PA, Limestone, and Newberry, all up on the campus of Limestone University.
Big Elijah Smith getting himself
52 blocks on the season.
Good heavens.
North Georgia has 104 blocks on the season. Elijah Smith with 52 of those.
Elijah can make it happen. Two-pointer. Good. By Teron Dobbs. 25 to 23. Neither one of these teams being able to go on a bit of a run. The Saints went on one earlier. And since then, it's been back and forth. Keldrick wants to drive. He hasn't swatted away. Gets it back, though. The garbage man trying to dish it out to somebody. Nobody home. Downs back here on the other end. Guarded by Tenney. Kick outside. Penetration by number 33 on the drive. And an offensive foul on Torrin Green.
That's Patrick Moynihan stepping in there to take the charge.
Here comes Marquez Jackson in for Sean Tenney. 25-23, Saints by a bucket. The softball team hits the road this weekend. Baseball traveling up to UNC Pembroke. What a matchup that is. Number 7 team in the country taking on the number 17 team in the country in UNC Pembroke.
Well, only a couple of weeks of games under your belt, and you head up for one of the best Peach Belt Conference matchups that we'll see all season on the baseball diamond.
Looks like we're going to have an offensive foul on Keldrick Coleman inside. So we'll have just one broadcast for you on Saturday, which is quite a change of pace. We've had 4 of the past 2 weekends on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. But here this weekend, just Georgia College and North Georgia on Saturday. Men's and women's action. At the 6:30 mark, Zach Bradley will hand it off to Downs. Downs showing off the wheels. He slips past Jackson, and he's so quick first step.
Downs with 14.
Elijah Smith kicks outside to Taylor. Jackson will swing it to Tillman. Taylor fading away. No good. I'll tell you what, if Clayton State was to get hot and make a run, And if Downs was a big part of it, Timothy Downs could be a nominee for Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. This guy is that good. Downs right here in front of us, directing traffic on the left side. Nice crossover. He's got space. Good look at three. No good. Taylor with the long board. Up ahead to Brody Langston. Brody hard. No good, but there is a foul. Foul is on the floor, I believe. And Gordon Gibbons is given the what for to Jerron Dobbs.
And I'm getting hit by a tree or something behind me. I'm not sure what that thing is.
Brody Langston goes to the free throw line. We're tied at 25. So the foul is on the shot, and here's Brody. Brody averaging just shy of 6 points a contest. That won't help the average.
Last time both of these teams played back on January 22nd. And down at Clayton State, North Georgia, a winner 71-66 in overtime.
A lot of overtimes for the Saints. Going back to Truett McConnell. They had one there, one against Anderson, one against Columbus State, one against Clayton State, one against Flagler, and 3 against Georgia Southwestern. That is 8 overtime periods on the year for North Georgia. That's how close this year has been for the Saints. They've been in every single ball game, it seems like. Elijah going up high, hitting his head on the rafters, I believe, there, getting the block.
53 and counting. And at some point of the game, as an offensive player against Elijah Smith, it's got to start playing with your psyche a little bit. You may beat your man off the dribble, but once you get in there, you've got to find out where number 24 is.
Elijah does it all on defense. He comes out to the top and defends on the perimeter, and he'll slide back down. And on the backside, he'll come out of nowhere and swat one into the 10th row. Blocking foul out on the baseline by number 4, Jerron Dobbs. 25 apiece at the 5:06 mark. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well from the outside. Brody Langston will have a seat. In comes Robbie Goldsmith. Robbie, the sophomore out of Melbourne, Florida. Taylor over to Goldsmith in the corner. Robbie up to the top. Tillman, he'll spot up. No good is Clarence Tillman. Usually we see Clarence spinning inside the paint, but not here. Goldsmith might have shuffled his feet there, and he's going to get a foul because of it.
Robbie's quickly picked up 2 personal fouls for North Georgia. Dobbs on the other end for Clayton State's already picked up 3. Those are the only 2 players on the floor for either team in any sort of foul trouble.
We'll have a whistle as our officials try to get this call right here. Keldrick Coleman will be coming in here for the Saints. Let's take a look at some conference games. Francis Marion on top of Flagler, 41-20. We'll go back to Georgia Southwestern here. 43-20 now, Southwestern. They're on their way getting close to 50 in the first half. The Hurricanes are on their way to 100, while Columbus State is on path right now to maybe reach 50. Good heavens.
Well, Southwestern obviously coming away with a triple overtime win here at Memorial Hall. Not suffering the effects at all. They are off and running. Taking it out on a Clayton State squad, or a Columbus State team that's 7-8 in the conference.
Taylor from the far side with 22 on the shot clock. Clayton State switched things up on defense a little bit here. They go inside to Keldrick. Coleman in the jam. Keldrick with the flush. Saints on top. Beg your pardon, tied up at 27. Down here on the other end, Thorogood is no good. Here comes Tenney. Tenney is trapped. Over to Tillman. Tillman with a drive. Shot is no good. He was fouled.
North Georgia, as you talked about the overtime contest that they've played so far here this season, they've also battled through injuries, as have many college programs across the land. You see Keldrick Coleman with a knee brace on his right knee. Elijah Smith, we saw here at Memorial Hall a couple weeks ago, fall extremely hard on his lower back.
Sure did.
And that tamed him a little bit for about the next 2 or 3 ball games. Brody Langston coming off an injury from last season.
Brody Langston had a good bit of his career here at North Georgia cut short with that horrible leg break he suffered last year. Foul inside as Coleman on the putback attempt will go to the free throw line. Keldrick, not the best free throw shooter in the conference. He's only a 54% charity stripe mark, 43 of 79. .410 mark. Coleman goes to the stripe. Front end is good. 16 fouls on Clayton State. Next one will put the Saints at the 1-on-1 bonus. North Georgia has 4. Downs brings it up. Way up ahead. They go inside to Thurgood. Thurgood tries to go up high. And the foul will be on Clarence Tillman.
Tillman got the arm first, and then Keldrick Coleman came in to clean up the mess, but the officials already tagged North Georgia with a personal foul.
Here's Thurgood shooting 2. Front end is no good. Michael Thurgood averaging 6.1 boards and 5.5 points a game. Only a 47% charity stripe mark. Second free throw, no good. Look at the garbage man cleaning it up off the glass. Tenney. Over to Tillman, back to Sean, over to Taylor. Coleman in the corner. Tenney with 20. Go inside to Smith. Smith through traffic and good. Elijah Smith right now is unstoppable, Mike.
Boy, no hesitation that time on the offensive move. Elijah's been facing the basket. That time found himself with his back to the basket. As soon as he touched it, spun baseline, kissed it off the glass.
32-27, largest lead of the night for the Saints is 5. Three-pointer will make it 2. That was good as soon as it left Brandon Robinson's hands. Tenney inside to Keldrick. Keldrick fouled, can't make it the N1, but he will go to the line once again. Personal fouls starting to rack up here for Clayton State. Dobbs has 3, 2 for Green. The garbage man is good on the front end. Keldrick, the senior out of Gainesville. It's not an offensive remark to call Keldrick the garbage man because, folks, this guy picks up garbage rebounds like crazy. This guy flat gets after it.
Well, works extremely hard on both ends. I've heard rumors that Keldrick Coleman may, after his basketball career is over here at North Georgia, move on to another university, play some college football for 1 year.
He could. I'm telling you, he's got the size. I'd hate to see a combo between he and a couple other Saints we've had here in the past. I'm trying to think of his name. Who played last year with Keldrick? It was so good. Kendall Butler. Couldn't think of his name. Butler and Coleman would make pretty nasty little interior linebacker duo for any football team.
Kendall in attendance tonight.
I was looking right at Kendall, couldn't think of his name. 34-30, Saints by 4.
Boy, no block that time on the defensive end for Elijah Smith, but he alters another Clayton State shot.
Tenney will slow things down a bit.
2-3 zone by the Lakers.
Tenney will spot up. Good rotation there from the junior.
Well, Tenney's already knocked down a 3 from the top of the key. Again, Clayton State playing a 2-3 zone. And Sean Tenney finds himself lined up right in the middle of that 2-3 zone on top of the key, knocks down his second three of the night.
North Georgia showing they want to make it to the postseason. They have the lead, 37-30. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Saints by 7, inside 2.5 to go here in the opening period. Rusty Brown and Mike Davenport with you on the Saints Broadcast Network. Reminder, folks, stick around for the Johnny B's Locker Room halftime show. We're coming out to Johnny B's all season long. We'll be talking Saints sports with coaches shows all year long at Johnny B's right here in Dahlonega on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Clayton State brings it across the timeline with Zach Bradley.
2-3 zone out of the timeout for North Georgia. So both teams trying to mix things up.
Downs is camped out right here in front of us on the left side. They don't go to him. Instead, a little fadeaway jumper for Brandon Robinson. He's second on the team in scoring with 19 per. And he drops in another dime here. Robinson getting close to 10.
And Robinson now has 9.
Smith inside, off the front of the rim. Tillman trying to keep it alive, but it's Downs pulling it away. Downs quickly left side, foul. He'll go to the line. Both these teams really getting after it here in front of a sellout crowd at Memorial Hall. Standing room only. Downs to the free throw line.
Great environment tonight. You can see on your monitor all the chair backs full, all the bleacher seats full, and you've got about a 10-row deep on the end zones of folks standing trying to get a peek at tonight's action.
The lefty is no good on either. Downs coming into the ball game, one of the better free throw shooters on this squad, 78% in 172 tries. Crowd got to him there, though. Buck 30 remaining. Taylor for three. Yes, sir! Carl Taylor. 40-32. Saints not going quietly into the 2011 season night.
Taylor with 9. Saints with 7 threes.
Nice look inside. Smith comes over and a hard foul as Smith will, instead of hitting the basketball, swat Willie Walker. And Walker will go to the free throw line to try to the and one opportunity. Here comes Brody Langston. How many does Elijah have now? He's got to be getting up there. Elijah has 10 points. Personal fouls. Elijah now has 1.
I think that last personal foul was on John Knowlton, who's got 2.
Wow. Okay. I thought Smith had more than that. Elijah doesn't have any. Taylor. Uh-oh. Oh, look out for number 14. Carl Taylor heating up. Here comes the Saints.
Boy, against the zone, North Georgia just one dribble inside, collapses that Clayton State zone, and you've got Sean Tenney and Carl Taylor standing on the perimeter, knocking down threes.
Little jumper inside will fall for Clayton. About a 1.5 second differential between the shot and the game clock. Sean Tenney going to bring it up slowly here for one last shot. Langston on the far side, 20 on the shot, 21 on the game. Taylor over to Tenney. Sean will set it up with 12. Saints clearing out space inside. Down to 7, down to 6, down to 5. Tenney drives, kicks, and it goes between the legs of Clarence Tillman with 3.9 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is off.
And we talk about Timothy Downs standing only 5'6", but that young man is well put together and extremely strong. Tenney's had difficulty on penetration being guarded by Downs.
Clayton State cannot get a shot off as Downs wasn't paying attention to the clock. Shot was off the mark from Robinson after the buzzer sounded. 43-36, the halftime score here. North Georgia going into the locker room with the lead. And Mike, you gotta love the three-point shooting from all of the Saints guards.
Absolutely. North Georgia doing a great job on penetration and kick out to the perimeter, and they are knocking down the threes here in the first half.
We're going to take a short timeout. When we come back, first half stats on the Johnny V's Locker Room Halftime Show. North Georgia 43, Clayton State 36 at the half. Welcome into the Johnny B's Locker Room Halftime Show here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Rusty Brown, voice of the Saints, along with head softball coach Mike Davenport, as we're taking a look at the first half numbers. Leading all scorers is Timmy Downs. No surprise there. He's averaging 20 per game. He has 14. But for the Saints, it's Carl Taylor with 12. He's 4 of 8 from downtown. Elijah Smith has 10 inside. And Mike, when you get Carl working hard outside, Elijah working hard inside, you got yourself a pretty dynamic duo.
Absolutely. Those two guys can knock down the three-point shot at any part on any part of the floor. And right now, Sean Tenney, 3 for 3. Those coming from the top of the key. Carl Taylor doing it a little bit on the right side and the left wing as well. 8 of 13, the Saints from behind the three-point line.
Let's take a look at all the numbers here from the field and from the free throw line for the Saints. Well above the season averages. For North Georgia from the field, 55%. On the season, 41%. From downtown, 61% here in the first half. On the year, just 31%. And from the free throw line, North Georgia, 5 of 7, 71%. And on the season, 64%. When you're getting over your season average, you know an upset is brewing.
Absolutely. North Georgia playing extremely well on the offensive side, but defensively as well. I don't think they get enough credit. Elijah Smith, 3 blocks to his credit here in half number 1. He's also altered several other shots from Clayton State. North Georgia's got to continue to do the job on the defensive end, take those good open shots on the offensive end, and continue to knock them down.
Brandon Robinson has 9 for Clayton State. He also has 6 rebounds, leading all rebounders in that department. So our halftime score, 43-36. North Georgia is on top by 7. We'll be back here after a few moments on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. This is the Johnny B's Locker Room Halftime Show. halftime here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. This is the Johnny B's Locker Room Halftime Show. Our halftime score at the break, 43-36. North Georgia on top by 7. Couple of Peach Belt Conference scores to pass along your way. Last time we checked, Francis Marier on top of Flagler, 56-38. That game was in the second. UNC Pembroke 34, Armstrong Atlantic 17. USC Aiken 27, Lander 25, heading towards the locker room break. And at the half, Georgia Southwestern led Columbus State 44-22. So if you're a Saints fan, that is definitely a big number to have. The other game that we need to happen is Georgia College Montefiore falling to Georgia College tonight. That game is at 8:30. And you can watch that on peachbelt.com. As Montefiore has to lose their last two. Columbus State has to go 1-1 from here on out, and then obviously North Georgia has to win out from here. But the Saints are well on their way to making the postseason run. They need to win their next two. Good start here in the first half. They're on top 43-36 on the Johnny B's Locker Room Halftime Show. We'll be right back, and we'll get ready for the second half at Memorial Hall, right here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Wild here, Memorial Hall, Spirit Night in Dahlonega on the campus of North Georgia College. Hi, everybody. Rusty Brown, voice of the Saints. Ready for second half action here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Our Locker Room Halftime Show was presented by Johnny B's, coming on to Johnny B's all season long. For North Georgia coaches shows on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network and live at Johnny B's weekly. Check saintsports.com for times and schedule. We're ready for the second half. Clayton State controls the basketball. North Georgia on top by 7. Coleman, Smith, Tenney, Taylor, and Langston on the floor for the white and blue. Downs leads all scorers. He swings it over. Long three-pointer does not fall, but a foul will send Brandon Robinson to the line to shoot three. Foul is on Langston, his first. Want to send all of our special best wishes and prayers and thoughts out to Chad Sage, senior left fielder for the Saints, who ran into third baseman Jordan Arisman last weekend over at Bob Stein Stadium. Horrible collision sent them both to the hospital. We last heard that Chad was going to have his mouth wired shut, rather. And Chad will be out for a couple of weeks. Jordan Arisman did pass a concussion test. He will hopefully be back in the starting lineup this weekend, but all of our prayers go to both of them and their families as they both suffered a horrible train wreck out there in left field last weekend. Here at Memorial Hall, though, it's 43-39 now. Saints on top by 4. Just underway here in the second. Sean Tenney will bring it up here for the Saints. They got the 4-point advantage. Tenney looking right side to Taylor. Taylor's been heating up here in the end of the first half. Inside to Langston, a little turnaround. Yes, sir, all day for Brody Langston. Little fall away for double deuce. And the Saints are back on the board, 45-39. Downs will hand it off to number 2, Zach Bradley. Bradley right side, back to him. He thought about a three. Instead will step up inside the perimeter. Little J, no good. Rebound goes to Downs. Long three. Downs no good. Rebound Langston.
Rusty, right now, Downs has 14 points. Most of those coming inside the three-point line.
Nice look inside to Brody. The senior cannot connect. Keldrick Coleman with the board. He has it stripped away.
Boy, Keldrick, there had to be contact. Keldrick doing the smart thing, coming over the offensive board, going right back up.
Peach Belt Conference scores. Big one to keep your eye on. Georgia Southwestern 44, Columbus State 22. That was a halftime score last time we checked. I have a whistle underneath as Keldrick Coleman finds himself on his backside. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. I believe it's on number 33. That is Torrin Green, the starter now with 3 personals. So Taylor to inbound. Tenney will set up the point. Saints on top by 6. Sean Tenney looking for Carl Taylor. Taylor, nothing doing. Robinson defending. Downs is on Tenney right here in front of us.
We saw the Lakers play some zone defense in half number 1, but North Georgia absolutely shooting lights out from behind the three-point line. And they have switched to a man-to-man defense, and Elijah Smith says, we'll take a three the old-fashioned way.
Yes, sir. Elijah Smith, so far here tonight, has fought his way through traffic with ease. We saw Elijah really get stifled by Georgia Southwestern last week here at Memorial Hall, but Elijah coming out on all cylinders here. With the season on the line, Elijah not wanting to go quietly into the off-season. He has 12. The Saints only get 2 on the possession. The foul was on Thorogood. That's only the first of the Clayton State big man. Robinson wants to pull up for 3. No good. Thorogood with the board. Keldrick Coleman got a piece of it. Robinson gets the loose ball. And Coleman over the back will be whistled for a hard foul.
A lot of action above the rim. Clayton State keeping the ball alive on the offensive end.
Timothy Downs, obviously the superstar for Clayton State. But not to be overlooked is Brandon Robinson, the senior forward, 6'6", out of Florida. This guy can shoot from the outside. We've seen him slash to the inside, and he can rebound as well. I like what I see out of Robinson. Glad he's a senior and he's gone.
As is Timothy Downs and Michael Thorogood.
Jerron Dobbs is one of the starters. He's only a sophomore.
Gordon Gibbons
Green
starting.
back.
Yeah, 1 sophomore and 4 seniors for this Clayton State squad.
Taylor a long 3. Holy cow, Carl Taylor!
Welcome home. Zach Bradley applying the defensive pressure, challenges the shot, kind of shakes his head, says, you know, I'm there. He just keeps knocking them down.
Thurgood will be fouled inside by Coleman. For Carl Taylor, rather, he has 15. And from outside, he has knocked down 5. Here's Thurgood shooting 2. Foul is on Coleman, his second.
And you see Zach Bradley, he's left your screen. They're right in front of us. He's guarding Carl Taylor 90 feet away from the goal.
I don't blame him. You got to keep straight numbers on Carl Taylor, otherwise he will make you pay. Carl's so good at the off-balance three-point shot, too, catching and fading away. He must have one of the best balanced inner ears I can imagine, because this guy does not fall off balance.
Well, Michael Thurgood, definitely the Clayton State player you want to put to the free throw line if this game comes down late. A 47% free throw shooter. Not even close on those two.
Saints by 10. I believe that's their largest lead of the night. Elijah over to Tillman. And I believe Tillman was on the baseline. Can't be too much farther on the baseline than that, otherwise you'd be in the first row. They got the fans right on top of us here at Memorial Hall. Downs brings him across the timeline. Timmy is on him. Here's Robinson. Good move past Taylor and a tough shot. Man, Robinson can knock him down.
Yeah, Robinson's got a very versatile offensive game, ability to knock down the outside shot, but he's also created some space here so far in the ball game. 6'6".
Tillman off the left side over to Taylor. Swings it to Tenney. Sean looking inside of Elijah. Smith double teamed, and probably wisely so, as Thurgood got some help from Brandon Robinson, as Elijah's been lights out here in half number 2. Elijah has 12, Taylor has 15 for the Saints. 15 for Robinson, 14 for Downs for Clayton. With 5 on the shot clock, Tillman for 3, rattles out. Goldsmith there, back up is Robbie, and we'll have a whistle. Goldsmith on the board. He will go to the free throw line. Robbie from the charity stripe, a 72% free throw shooter. Robbie on the season averaging 6.2 per contest. We'll go along with 3 rebounds. Robbie has played in all 24 contests, starting at 4 of them. Robbie sure does have a bright future ahead of him. The bearded sophomore from Melbourne, Florida, toes the line here for the second.
71% free throw shooter. Goldsmith, first and second attempts. 50% on the night.
I'd like to see that number come up a little bit. 51-42 is still anybody's game. Nice drive inside, but better defense by the Saints. Bradley cannot connect. Tenney quickly spinning to Elijah. Elijah underneath the basket. Off the backside of the backboard and out of bounds. Wes Jackson in for the Saints. I like the look Marquez Jackson goes with his footwear. Straight white shoes with nothing but a blue Nike check mark. I like the look.
Those white shoes have a lot of assignment left tonight as he's trying to check the little man on the floor for Clayton State on right on cue. Downs with another deuce.
Timmy Downs. Man, he is about as close to unstoppable as you can get.
If Marquez can't check him on the defensive end, I'm not sure anybody can.
Tillman can't connect. Tillman is there for the board. Nice little floater off the glass and good with the kiss Clarence Tillman.
Clarence nice and under control on the offensive side.
Robbie got a piece of that shot. Here comes Quiz. Nice no-look pass, but it's unfortunately to a blue jersey. Brandon Robinson. Other end. Smith got a piece of it. Elijah with a big smile coming back down the floor. Reach in by Robinson, and Elijah right now, he is toying.
And I'll be honest with you, both these teams getting up and down the floor. North Georgia attacking the offensive shot by Clayton State. And I'm not sure any of the officials got themselves down in position to make a call.
Gotta love what you see from the Saints. 53-44, 14 and a half to go on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. (53-44), Saints on top, trying to keep their Peach Belt Conference tournament hopes alive. They need a win here today and a win Saturday. They need help from Georgia College over Montevallo, and they need Columbus State to lose as well. We're pulling for Georgia College and Southwestern right now tonight. Tillman on the drive. Tillman, oh my goodness, no good. But what a drive. Taylor, no good on the two-pointer. Third chance is good, though, this time by Tillman.
Hanging around that offensive glass.
Yes, sir.
You'll find yourself in the scoring column sooner or later. Clarence Tillman doing a job. He's got 8. 2 Saints in double figures. Smith with 12. Carl Taylor 15. And 2 Lakers in double digits. Robinson 15 and Downs with 16.
Saints cleaning up the glass. They have a plus 10 rebound margin right now over the Lakers. Take a look in. Georgia College on top of Montevallo, 22-17. That game's still early. We'll check in on Georgia Southwestern here in a moment. Lead is 11. Robinson, high jumper, falls. Man, Robinson got some leverage there. Southwestern 55, Columbus State 43. Watch out, the Cougars are coming back down in Americus.
7 minutes to go in that one.
Smith goes up and he's fouled, I believe, by Thorogood.
Elijah Smith grabbing his right foot.
Oh dear. Smith is down hard, holding the interior of that right foot. Right where the ankle meets the foot, and he's down.
It looked like the defensive player for Clayton State slid up underneath. May have come down on a foot. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Foul is on Torrin Green. I beg your pardon, James Walden. Smith is down. Will step away for the injury timeout. 55-46, 13:30 remaining on the Saints Broadcast Network. So Elijah Smith goes out with a foot injury. He will be tended to by the North Georgia training staff. Saints have to go to the bench. Will be John Knowlton coming in, and Marquez Jackson will be shooting in the place of the injured Elijah Smith. So Marquez goes to the free throw line. Saints have the 55-46 lead. Marquez can't connect on the front end. Francis Marion 90, Flagler 58. Runaway game there. Second free throw is good from the sharply foot-attired Marquez Jackson. 26-24, Georgia College on Montevallo that game early. Downs clearing out traffic. North Georgia by 10. Downs swings it over right side, back to him. Here he comes left side. Tough little runner off the back rim, no good. Goldsmith is there for the board. Jackson brings it up. Jackson outside to Carl Taylor, nearly lost the handle there. Tillman wants to drive into traffic, and Tillman will either be fouled or travel. There'll be no whistle on a foul here. That should have been either an offensive or a defensive whistle, but nothing has come of it. Instead, it'll be a travel. 58-45. If you're keeping tabs of Georgia Southwestern and Columbus State, that game was 6.5 to go. Long three, no good. Loose board picked up by Jackson, and here comes the St. Bernards.
A nice backside rebounding by North Georgia. Robbie Goldsmith clearing the space.
Robbie for three, no good. Rebound tipped around. Tillman, John Knowlton, and Torrin Green going after it. Green comes away with it, and here's Robinson now. And Clayton State will slow it up here with Downs. They trail by 10. Still anybody's ball game here. Clayton State 18-8, 9-6 in conference play. Robinson will go to the free throw line here as the foul is on John Knowlton.
When you see the senior move right there, a headsy ball player, Robinson, gets the defender to leave his feet and then lowers his shoulder and gets into the body of John Knowlton.
The story right now is Elijah Smith, the training staff still looking him over on his right foot. He is out of the ball game right now with 12 points. So that'll be key down the backstretch of this second half. It will be if Elijah Smith can come back in. Taylor has 15, 9 for Tinney, 8 for Tillman. Second free throw is good for Robinson. He has 19. He leads all scorers.
Robinson averages 19. He now has 19.
Inside 12 to go now. Langston underneath. Goldsmith loses the handle. Fights for it. And look at Robbie fighting hard. Foul will be. Let's see who it's going to be on. One official said it was on Goldsmith. The other now will come in and say it's on Clayton State. Robinson picks up the foul. And here's Robbie Goldsmith towing the line with an 8-point lead, make that 9. Georgia Southwestern starting to pull away now from Columbus State. 64-47, inside 5 minutes to go there. Again, North Georgia needs Columbus State to lose at least one. Montevallo has to lose their next two in order for the Saints to be eligible for postseason play. 11:50 remaining here at Memorial Hall. Saints have got to win this one and their next one on Saturday against Georgia College. Goldsmith makes them both. Lead is 10. Bradley brings it across the timeline. Tillman defending. Downs with Tinney on him. Nice inside look. Goldsmith got burned as Robbie got trapped up at the top of the perimeter. Couldn't get back, and he'll commit the foul.
A nice backdoor cut that time by James Walden. Clayton State finds him cutting on the baseline. Goldsmith goes to attempt to block the shot and gets mostly armed. Robbie now has 3 personals.
That's what you want from your guards. Whenever they see a big come out on them, that means there's a big open somewhere underneath the basket. Good news here for the Saints. Here comes Elijah Smith back in for the St. Bernards. Robbie Goldsmith will have a seat. Robbie has 3. He'll have a seat. Foul trouble for Clayton State. Dobbs has 3. 2 for Robinson. For the Saints, some foul trouble. 3 for Goldsmith. 2 for Langston. And 2 for Coleman. Elijah into the ball game, tries to get a quick jam. He will be fouled on his way up, but Elijah, doesn't matter who's on top of him, he is getting to the rim.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that right foot is okay.
I think so.
First touch and he tries to slam it home.
He planted on it and just about jumped clear over 5'6" Timothy Downs. .11 minutes, 14 seconds left. Both teams now in the bonus, shooting the 1-and-1. Elijah no good on the front. Michael Thurgood comes in for James Walden. Thurgood, the 6'9" senior out of Brooklyn. Second free throw is no good. Rebound goes to the Saints, however they lose it. Robinson comes out with it. I'll tell you what, Mike, if Clayton State can get hot from the perimeter, if they can find Timmy Downs or Robinson, they are still around.
A lot of basketball left in this game.
Almost right on cue. Downs just off the mark. Here comes Clarence Tillman. Tillman, oh boy. They might have gotten away with the travel, but he slashes through. But good body control there by number 2.
You get 2 steps. Clarence took them. They weren't the fastest steps in the world. And he used the second one to change direction.
60-49. Knowlton was running with him. I was thinking there could be an alley-oop on the way.
Well, the game's coming pretty easy for Robinson right now. He's got 21.
Saints have got to find a solution for number 1-5 for Clayton State. Now, Clayton State doesn't have an answer for Elijah Smith, Carl Taylor, and company. 60-51, Saints by 9 at the 10.5 mark. A little backcourt pressure here from Clayton State. Taking a little bit of a number from the ladies team who put on that backcourt press earlier here tonight to take down the Lady Saints. Clayton State creating a turnover. They'll have the basketball now. We'll probably see some backcourt press from the Lakers from here on out. Tinney on the floor, as is Elijah Smith, Brody Langston, Kelter Coleman, and Sean Tinney. Lakers get it in. They're going to give it off to their season-leading scorer, Timmy Downs. Downs double team. Somebody's got to be open. Good defense here by the Saints. 15 seconds into this possession. Elijah might have gotten a piece of it. Loose ball, last touched by Sean Tinney. Shot clock stops with 11. And a timeout on the floor. Media at the 9:57 mark. Both teams in the bonus. Saints trying to pick up a much needed win here at home. They are on top by 9 on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Inside 10 minutes to go here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Rusty Brown, Mike Davenport with you coming down the backstretch. Clayton State with 11 on the shot clock. They have the basketball in the inbound. We'll have a whistle underneath on the attempt. The interior pass to Dobbs. We'll send him to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Foul is on Kelter Coleman. That is 3 on Kelter. So Jerron Dobbs, the sophomore out of Conyers, will be shooting the 1-and-1. And Montevallo, the Falcons on top of Georgia College 38-34. They need to lose their last 2 of the season in order for the Saints to have a chance. Columbus State is trailing Georgia Southwestern by 20. That game's getting late. Second free throw is good from Dobbs. Denny trap, gets it up.
The Lakers trapping full court.
Keldrick going up for the jam, and he's fouled.
Well, you like to see Keldrick taking the ball to the rack. Coming off that knee injury about a week and a half ago. The aggressiveness there, he knows he's going to get fouled. He goes up nice and strong. Now he's got to knock down his free throws.
So Keldrick will toe the line. Keldrick has 6, make that 7.
7 points, 5 coming from the charity stripe.
We'll take that all day from Mr. Coleman. Second is no good. Last touch by Brody Langston. 30 seconds left in America, 71-50. Southwestern on top of Columbus State. That game is about in the books.
Southwestern will all but wrap up the West Division number 1 seed with tonight's win. Clayton State, the only team, well, besides Montevallo, both teams sitting at 9 and 6. And an opportunity over these last 2 games to catch Georgia Southwestern.
How about the play so far from Brandon Robinson? He knocks down another 3-pointer. He is shooting the lights out here at Memorial Hall.
Yeah, Robinson's got 24, and all of a sudden the Lakers within 5.
Telling you, this game is way up for grabs right now. Anything can happen with 9 and 11 seconds left. Taylor from the far side, a little drive, kick back out to Tenney, he'll spot. Tenney might have been fouled, and we'll get a late whistle. Foul is on Zach Bradley as Tenney hits the ground. Tenney's going to say he was shooting a 3, but our officiating crew said he had a toe on the line.
I think they're going to give him the 3. I think Sean Tenney was pointing down at a wet spot on the floor.
Right. Yep, you're right. So Tenney will get 3 here.
Sean came up about 2 foot short on that 3-point attempt.
Tenney, first free throw. It's good. 62-56, right at the 9-minute mark. Second is off the front of the rim. So our officiating crew here saying there's still one more. Chris Faulkner leapt out of his seat. Coach Faulkner all over it. Tenney will do it again. Georgia College and Montevallo set for the second half. Falcons on top by 2. I beg your pardon, 4. So Tenney will get one more try here, trying to make it 2 out of 3 on this trip.
And no lane violation on that last free throw attempt. Clayton State came away with it, but North Georgia had 3 shot attempts. Tenney now for his 3rd.
Tenney goes 1 out of those 3. Downs quickly, coast to coast. Oh my gosh, he's quick.
Well, that's just too easy. Off a free throw, Downs goes coast to coast with no challenge at all.
62-58, the lead is 4. Coleman inside, nearly gets it to fall, but look out. Here comes Clayton State. They can make it a one-possession game. All this scoreboard watching we've been doing might be all for naught. Saints must win. Smith about 0.2 of a second behind the shot there. And the lead is cut down to 2 for Chris Faulkner and the Saints. They want to take a timeout. We will take it with them. 62-60. North Georgia on top by just a lone bucket right here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Saints on top by just 2 now. Sean Tenney brings it up here for the white and blue. Saints in white. Clayton State, blue, orange, and white. Right at the 8-minute mark now, Elijah handing it off to Taylor. Carl Trapp gives it off to Tenney. 10 on the shot clock. Robbie Goldsmith. He's got 3 personals. He has to be careful. 5 on the shot clock. Tenney, left side. Tenney looking underneath to Langston. At 1. Ball does not hit the rim. That'll be a shot clock violation. So 7:45 will be Clayton State basketball. Foul trouble for the Saints. 3 have 3. Coleman, Knowlton, and Goldsmith. The Clayton State 2 have 3. It's Green and Dobbs. Downs, a little runner. My goodness. How'd he get that to fall going full speed? We're tied up.
20 points for Downs for the ability of the little man to create shots.
Tenney trying to spark some life into the North Georgia offense has gotten cold as of late. Langston now. Over to Sean. Taylor at the top. Robinson defending. Outside to Goldsmith. Yes, sir, Robbie Goldsmith.
Big 3. That's the only mismatch where Clayton State really hasn't found an answer. Thorogood guarding Robbie Goldsmith and does not go out on the perimeter. But I tell you, the tail of this half right now, Rusty, is the defensive perimeter play of the Clayton State guards. They're really shutting down this North Georgia offensive attack from the perimeter.
So Goldsmith now has 8, and he has 3 personals. Langston will have a seat. It's Tillman, Smith, Goldsmith, Jackson, and Taylor on the floor here for the Saints. Downs goes to the free throw line. First is good on the 1-on-1 from the southpaw. Taylor has 15, Tillman has 10, Smith has 12. Little lefty. Misses the second. Goldsmith with the board. Wes Jackson brings it up. Tillman in the corner. Both teams are in the bonus. Jackson left side. 15 on the shot clock. Here comes Tillman. Tillman. Live to Jackson. From the baseline, no good. A rebound goes to Robinson. Look at Downs. Flying up the basketball court, no good. Foul will be underneath. I believe it's going to be a Goldsmith. Uh-oh, that's 4. That'll put number 50, Michael Thurgood, at the line to shoot 2.
And Elijah Smith altering another shot. That one by Downs, who used way too much art, came up short on the shot, but Robbie Goldsmith got caught on the backside of Thurgood, who snuck inside for another offensive board for the Lakers.
Ron Dobbs in for the Lakers. And here's Thurgood, the senior from Brooklyn, New York. First free throw is good. Speaking of Brooklyn, New York, how about Brooklyn soon to be acquiring the New Jersey Nets? Nets and the New York Knicks in the NBA and the Carmelo Anthony drama. The Knicks end up with Carmelo. All those NBA fans out there, in case you've been hiding under a rock, that's what's been going on. Marquez Jackson gets it across the timeline. Downs is defending. Tillman wants to go right side. Back to the left now. Spinning right. Nice dish, Elijah! Jams at home, but Clarence Tillman made that happen.
Just a 2-point basket, but we'll see if we can get the fans back into the ball game.
Downs trying to answer. He cannot. Rebound Thurgood. Loses it. Knowlton fighting for it. And Knowlton's going to come away with it, and I believe he's hacked. And indeed he is. And look at Gordon Gibbons giving the officials the what for here. And if Coach Gibbons isn't careful, he will get teed up.
Gibbons 7, 8 feet out on the floor.
Yeah.
He's showing his displeasure with that call. The pickpocket going on by Marquez Jackson. Thurgood came down with another offensive board. Jackson snuck in underneath. Picked his pocket. North Georgia walking to the other end for some free throws.
So the officiating crew of Sidney Cohen, Curtis Pierce, and Michael Colin sending Knowlton to the line where he connects on the front end of the 101. Knowlton high arcer, no good. Rebound up. 3-point North Georgia lead. 5:35 left. Bradley with Jackson defending. Looking for Downs. Downs has got some room. Back out. Bradley will drive now. A little penetration move. Rebound Thurgood. He goes back up off the glass and good.
Boy, Thurgood just battling on the offensive glass for Clayton State.
Probably going to have to be John Knowlton a good bit of the way working inside here for the Saints with Goldsmith with a handful of personals. Robbie only has one more to give. Oh my goodness! Golly, Carl Taylor shot that one from the far end of the court. That was over in Gainesville. How many is that for Carl? No way. Carl Taylor.
Boy, it brought the house down. Taylor feeling it. Gordon Gibbons begging his defensive players to come out and get him.
Holy cow. Carl Taylor almost knocks it down again from the outside. I don't know what the stoppage of the game is here for. I don't know what the whistle was on here. The only thing I can think is Gordon Gibbons might have gotten teed up. That's the only thing I can think of because that's the only way the whistle would have blown.
Well, I'm not sure anything's been reported to the table.
Officials trying to come together on this, but Carl Taylor shooting one of the longest three-pointers I've ever seen. Longest I've ever seen here at Memorial Hall. He has 6 from downtown, 18 for Carl. So the Saints basketball still don't know why we had a whistle. Nonetheless, Saints with the ball.
Taylor trying to shake loose. Dobbs with the assignment. Little back screen going on. Knowlton.
12 on the shot clock from the right elbow. Clearance no good. Elijah with the board. Saints will set it back up. Tillman will drive. This time he is fouled on his way into the paint. And with 4:05 left, we'll see Tillman go to the line, and that's 4 on Thorogood. So the Saints with a 4-point lead can now try to make it a 3-possession ball game if Tillman is good on both. First is good. Tillman with a second. Drano. Timeout, Chris Faulkner and the Saints. 4:05 remaining. 73-67, Saints by 6 on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. .405 is all we got left here at Memorial Hall. Next to last game of the regular season for both of these squads. North Georgia needs to win them both, and they need some help to get into the conference tournament. They need help by Georgia College now, who trails Montevallo 43-36. Saints by 6. Clayton working outside to Robinson. Tough three-pointer off the mark. Rebound Jackson, and he stepped on the baseline.
Well, Robinson trying to draw the three-point foul out top. Took himself off balance. Again, a very heady basketball player for Clayton State.
Yeah. Here's Robinson again for three. He sprung wide open there. Put back by Dobbs will fall. 73-69. Jackson across the timeline with 3:40 left, and you got to make the most of these possessions. You got to work the clock here if you're the white and blue. Jackson inside of Smith. Elijah double team, nice spin move. Elijah, tough left-hander, no good. Rebound goes to number 30, James Walden. Downs nearly loses it out of bounds. He'll set up shop.
When you see a two-man game going on for Clayton State, the high screen here for Downs with Robinson in the mix.
Three-pointer up and good. Torrin Green.
That one never left the mark. Big shot there by Torrin Green. North Georgia sticking Elijah Williams on one side of the floor. Carl Taylor on the other side.
Taylor wants to drive now. Taylor to the basket.
Well, that'll keep him honest.
Carl making it work here for the Saints. Taylor has 20, and he has 6 3-pointers. Robinson can't connect. Here comes Carl. Carl, left side. Too high off the glass. Loose ball, though. Taylor corrals it. We'll have a whistle.
There'll be a shot clock discussion. Shot clock now sitting at 30. Taylor's shot did not contact the rim at all.
So they'll take 5 off the shot clock. But with the dead ball, the Saints will get some subs in. Tillman will have a seat, as will Jackson. Smith, Tillman, Langston, Goldsmith, and Taylor on the floor. Brody, the senior, out of Gainesville to inbound, gets it into Sean Tenney. Tenney, the little point guard transfer, by the way, of Georgia Perimeter College. Langston, double team, loses the handle. Up ahead goes Clayton State to Robinson. Robinson using his body as a shield. We'll get the and one. That is a huge swing there. Clayton State with the steal. Robinson with a chance to make it a 3-point swing.
Well, North Georgia offensively went to the high screen and roll. Clayton State just doubled on the ball up top. Brody Langston, once he made his turn, Robinson was right there to pick his pocket.
Even worse news for the Saints. As we mentioned, Montevallo has to lose their final 2 games of the season for the Saints to have a chance at postseason play. And right now, Montevallo on top of Georgia College by 11. Don't want a scoreboard watch, but Mr. Davenport, it's not looking good for the Saints. And we're tied up here at Memorial Hall.
27 for Robinson.
Robinson with a little turn to the crowd and the hush, finger over the lips. We'll see if that gets the crowd alive. 75-75, timeout on the floor, 2:05 remaining. We're tied up. Backstretch coming up next on the Saints Broadcast Network. $75 apiece. Clayton State has made this a ball game. There's some backcourt pressure by the Lakers and a takeaway by Robinson. Taylor fighting for it and he gets it back. That could have been huge. Here comes Tillman. Tillman wants to drive and he'll be fouled.
Well, no hesitation by Clarence Tillman. Once they broke the Clayton State press, he was off to the races.
1:56 remaining. Tillman will go to the free throw line. Clarence toes the stripe. Front end is good.
Tillman with 12.
76-75. Brody Langston set to check in here for the Saints. Second is no good. Smith gets the board. Yes, sir! 3-point swing for the Saints. They go on top 78-75 with $1:45 remaining. Downs wants a spot. No good. Smith goes high up over the rim and gets the board. Way up ahead goes the Saints. Tillman on the drive. Smith had the putback, but it was on the rim.
Boy, a great hustle play from end to end by Elijah. Coming away with a big defensive board and then sprinting down to put back Clarence Tillman's miss. The ball was in the cylinder. Great call by the officials.
Hard to tell if that one would have fallen in on its own or not. That one was teetering on the front of the rim. So it'll be Clayton State ball down by 3 with $1:30 left, and that one would have made it a 5-point game. Instead, it's 3, and Downs and Robinson, either one of them can knock down the 3 and tie this puppy up. Downs, a little guard, over to Robinson. Robinson drives, dreadlocks and all, can't connect, put back is good by Torrin Green. It's a 1-point game, and timeout taken by Gordon Gibbons. We'll take it with him. 1:03 left on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. One minute, 5 seconds, and that's it. Here on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network, 65 ticks on the scoreboard. Backcourt pressure here from Clayton State, and we're down to where every possession means everything. Tenney gets it in, gets it right back to him. Sean breaking through traffic. Over to Taylor. Carl. Oh, yeah! 7 3-pointers for Carl Taylor, none bigger than that one. Clayton trying to answer, they will not. Loose ball, fought for and lost out of bounds by Clayton State. State is down though, it's Sean Tenney down with the left ankle.
Sean Tenney down right in front of the Clayton State bench.
Sean is trying to limp it off, and it looked like it was after the ball had already gone out of bounds. Sean hustling for it. I think he might have just slipped and rolled that ankle a bit. He looks to be okay, though. Holy cow, Carl Taylor.
I don't think there's a spot on the floor that he does not feel it from. I think this is one of those NCAA rules that Sean Tenney's got to come out of the ball game.
Yep.
It's a situation where you want him with the basketball in his hands, but since the trainers go out to check on him, which they should have in that situation, it looked like he had really hurt himself.
We'll hang around through this timeout that Clayton State took. North Georgia by 4, 46.1 seconds left. It was Carl Taylor knocking down his 7th three-pointer of the ball game. I believe Carl right around 500 from downtown. Every shot has been right on the money, though. Carl continues to cruise. Carl on the night has 23, 13 for Tillman. And the Saints putting up big numbers.
I've got Taylor, 7 of 13 from behind the from behind the three-point line. He's missed some good looks as well. Balls that look like they've gone down and in.
Other scores for the Saints, Elijah Smith with 16. 8 for Robbie Goldsmith, 7 for Kelter Coleman. For Clayton State, their leading scorer, Robinson, has 27. 21 for Downs. And 9 for Dobbs. So 46 ticks are remaining. 81-77, Saints by 4. Both teams are on the double bonus. Clayton State will bring some backcourt pressure. And at some point, you got to be thinking about fouls if you're head coach Gordon Gibbons, as the Saints have about an 11-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah, both teams will be in the double bonus from here on out.
Tillman gets back into the ball game following the timeout by Gibbons, so that helps the Saints.
Clayton State electing to let North Georgia play through this 30-second shot clock period.
Interesting call. If the Saints get a bucket here, he can about forget it. Tillman, Saints on top by 4. About 11-second differential shot in the game. Shot clock at 10. Tillman, left side, over to Goldsmith with 7. Tillman spinning with 5 and 4. Drives, fouled, can't connect. Shot clock is off with 14.2 seconds left, and Tillman will go to the line to try to ice it.
Well, you liked your options right there. Clarence Tillman putting the basketball on the deck. Loses his man defensively, and you had to either Elijah Smith or Clarence Tillman go into the hole.
Here's Clarence. No good on the first. Lead is still 4. Here comes Keldrick Coleman out for defensive purposes. Robbie Goldsmith will have a seat.
Well, like you said, an interesting decision by Gordon Gibbons not to foul in that situation. 14.2, and Clayton's going to have to score twice.
Lead is up to 5. 82-77, 14.2 seconds left. No fouls here. Look for Downs or Robinson to take a big shot.
Yeah, if North Georgia can deny Downs the basketball.
They're going to double team Downs. Robinson is open. He'll drive, loses the handle, gets it back, and somehow is good off the glass with 11.1 seconds left. He lost the basketball around Elijah Smith.
Wow.
Picks it up on the other side and off the glass and good, and only 3 seconds come off the clock. Timeout quickly taken by Gordon Gibbons.
And all Elijah Smith can do right now is just smile. Robinson dribbling, looked like he lost the control of the basketball. Went around Elijah Smith. 2 of the longest arms in the league. Collects it and puts the basketball up off the glass. So still 3-point differential on the scoreboard.
Career night for Brandon Robinson, the senior from Lake Wales, Florida. He is 10 of 20 from the field. 2 3-pointers made, and he is 1 point shy of 30.
29 points, 10 boards for Robinson.
Good night. What a evening for Mr. Robinson. 11.1 seconds left. North Georgia has a 3-point lead. You got to imagine that a foul is coming here. The Saints in the bottom of the Peach Belt Conference barrel in free throw percentage. It will be a double bonus scenario for the Saints.
With that being said, Rusty, it'll be interesting to see what Clayton State elects to do on the inbounds pass. Will they deny it, try and go for the steal, and then foul, or will they foul immediately before any time runs off the clock? 11.1 is going to be tough for Clayton State if they don't get the basketball stolen here on the inbounds pass.
Update from Montevallo, 58-44. The Falcons on top of the Bobcats by 14. They need a comeback by Georgia College. Saints by 3, 11 ticks left to get into Goldsmith. Back to Tenney. Tenney to Taylor, 7. Down to 6. They got a foul, and they do with 6.1 seconds left. So a good bit of time comes off the clock, and one more free throw here will likely win it.
5 seconds ran off the clock there. A nice play called by the North Georgia coaching staff on the out-of-bounds play. 2 players running off of Robbie Goldsmith. Clayton State switched. Robbie Goldsmith goes right to the basketball, standing 6'10". Nice, easy entry pass there.
So here's Carl Taylor at the free throw line. Keldrick Coleman will come in. On the year, Carl, a 80% free throw shooter and 75 tries. Lead is 4. 82-79. Or 83, rather. Taylor trying to make it a 5-point game with 6 seconds left. And he shall. Here comes Birdie Langston. Final try here for Clayton State. They need a 5-point play, and Mr. Davenport, that does not exist in NCAA Division II basketball. Robinson with 3. Left side, he will shoot. No good at the buzzer, and that's it. 84-79. North Georgia with a 5-point win over Clayton State. They keep their Peach Belt Conference tournament hopes alive for the win here over the Lakers, and Mike, that's one of the bigger wins for the Saints here in 2010 and 11.
Well, a great job by North Georgia showing their resiliency late in the season. They've got 2 ball games left, come away with a big home court win tonight.
We'll have some final numbers coming up for you here momentarily. Hopefully we can grab head coach Chris Faulkner as well here in a moment and talk with the head coach of the Saints as they now improve to 10-15 and 7-9 in conference play. While Clayton State falls to 18-9 and 9-7 in conference play as well. So it is quite a toss-up right now in the Peach Belt Conference as head coach Chris Faulkner going to join us now on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. Coach, first of all, congratulations on a big win here tonight at Spirit Night. And, not a lot of words can describe the play from Carl Taylor, but he steps up again here big.
Boy, he made some shots, too. He made some good ones. So, I don't know. The kid just doesn't want to lose. That's the best thing you can say about it.
Did you let him off the leash tonight for some of those downtown bombs?
Carl's been off the leash for 2 years, Rusty.
If Carl was out there looking for blood here tonight, he got it. Couple of big nights. You have 4 in double figures. Elijah Smith, it looked like that foot injury was just a minor setback. He came out with a vengeance after that, and he finished the night with 16.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle a little bit, but I was really pleased with the way Elijah was very active. Kind of back to where Elijah was before he got hurt a few weeks ago. So real pleased with that.
All right, Coach, we're going to let you celebrate this one with your team, and we'll see you Saturday as Georgia College comes to town.
Great, Rusty. Thanks, man.
All right, thanks, Coach. Final here tonight, 84-79. This is the Johnny B's post-game wrap-up show on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network. As we're going through some of the final numbers here tonight, 25 for Carl Taylor, 16 for Elijah Smith, 14 for Clarence Tillman, 10 for Sean Tenney, and 8 for Robbie Goldsmith as the Saints get 4 in double figures. And the balance here tonight, Mike, was really great. We had Carl Taylor showing leadership, but the balance, 4 in double figures. You got to love that.
Absolutely. They share the basketball around. Great shooting for North Georgia, ending on a dead even 50% from the floor. But what's more impressive, 57% from behind the three-point line and 58% from behind the free throw line, attempting 31 free throws tonight.
Take a quick update over in Montevallo and Alabama, 60-49. The Falcons are on top of the Bobcats, and again, we need Georgia College to win this game if North Georgia is to keep their Peach Belt Conference tournament hopes alive. So we're hoping that the Saints can get some help here and find their way into the 4 seed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. One final to report: Francis Marion 109, Flagler 80 from the Peach Belt Conference. The Saints, though, winner here 84-79. Mike, one last final game for these seniors coming up on Saturday in the regular season here at Memorial Hall, and they're going to want to go out with a bang against the in-state rival.
Well, absolutely. I was very impressed with the resiliency of these kids once again. They play a triple overtime game just a couple of nights ago, but North Georgia stuck with it tonight, came away with a big Peach Belt Conference victory, and positioned themselves for maybe a possibility, with a little help, finding themselves into the Peach Belt Conference tournament.
So Georgia College comes to town, 1:30 and 3:30. The tip-offs are slated for Saturday afternoon on the North Georgia Saints Broadcast Network against the Bobcats and Lady Bobcats here at Memorial Hall. That's going to do it for us on the Johnny B's post-game wrap-up show. Saints are winner, 84-79 from our partner Mike Davenport. I'm voice of the Saints, Rusty Brown, signing off.